If hindi ka aware dito sa 7 bagay na to about training, magpa-fail ka lang i-transform yung fitness mo. So by the way, I'm Coach Ja. By profession, isa akong licensed professional teacher that specializes in PE, sports, and fitness. So sa social media, lalo na sa Facebook, kilala ko bilang isang nag-educate about exercise science. This is the first content I'll be shooting for YouTube. So please bear with me. Pero kung hindi ka pa nagsasubscribe dito, alam mo na yung gagawin. Hit the subscribe button and bell button kasi from now on, mag-start na ako maglabas ng mga lessons dito sa aking YouTube channel. So let's go! So meron tayong principles of training na tinatawag na kung saan dapat alam natin ito so that we can successfully transform our fitness through training. But the problem is, hindi lahat may privilege para makuha tong lessons na to. Especially discuss it in more intimate terms. Kasi hindi naman lahat tayo dito, gaya ikaw siguro nanonood dito, ay hindi graduate ng exercise or any sports science related course. So what I'm trying to do right now is to bring the lessons outside those classes to here sa YouTube na sana matutunan mo at magamit mo to successfully transform your fitness. So tara, wala nang paligo-ligo pa. So let's start with lesson number 1. So yung first principle is yung principle of specificity. Before tayo mag-engage sa training, dapat specific muna yung goal or training outcomes na gusto natin ma-achieve. Kasi mahirap naman magsimula sa isang bagay na hindi mo naman alam kung anong gusto mong ma-achieve. Using that principle of specificity, you will determine kung ano yung desired outcome mo. Then from there, susunod na lahat. Malalaman natin specific program na ililid ka dun sa goal mo, specific nutrition, specific approach sa training, para sana 100% ma-hit mo yung training outcome or desired fitness goal mo. You have to remember this principle also, the SAID principle or specific adaptations to impose demands. So basically, ang ibig sabihin nito is kung saan madalas na-stress yung katawan natin pagdating sa training, dun mag-a-adapt yung katawan natin. I-prepare ng brain natin yung buong body system natin so that when we encounter that stress again, we can handle it better. So kung nasa-stress or nafa-fatigue yung katawan mo dahil sa weight training or strength training, you are more likely to gain strength and muscle size. Para kapag bumibigat yung binubuhat mo, kaya mong i-bear yung stress na binibigay ng training dun sa muscles mo. If you are more likely to work out with endurance or cardio exercises, most likely magde-develop yung heart, yung lungs, at iba pang body system mo na involved sa pag-develop ng endurance mo so that when you do endurance training the next time around, you can handle it better. Related ito sa isa pang principle na i-discuss ko later, so talagang huwag kang aalis para maging mas matalino ka sa pag-training ngayon. So again, you determine a specific goal. Then from there, malalaman mo yung tamang training modality na gagamitin mo so that you can successfully achieve that specific fitness goal that you set for yourself. Next is principle of individuality. Kailangan natin tandaan na despite all those thousands of principles na pwede natin i-apply sa training, we have to understand and remember na each one of us are unique. What I'm trying to tell here is, kapag in-apply mo itong specific principle na to, you are more likely to develop a unique response and adaptation compared dun sa isang tao na in-apply din yung principle na sinunod mo. What we have to accept here is, yung genetics natin na magdidictate kung ano pa rin yung madedevelop natin despite following a specific fitness program. Isa sa mga na-cover din ng individuality is yung lifestyle, preference, and motivation natin. So, dun muna tayo sa lifestyle. Hindi naman kasi pwedeng mag-adhere ka sa isang training program ng isang bodybuilder na kaya mag-workout ng 5 to 6 times a week. Tapos ikaw na may corporate job or nag-i-school ka pa tapos 6 times a week yung pasok mo sa isang linggo, mahirapan ka talaga mag-apply or maging consistent doon sa program na yon kasi hindi siya harmoniously embedded doon sa lifestyle na meron ka. So, kailangan mo alamin yung lifestyle mo. Kailangan mo mag-step back and tingnan kung ano yung daily routines mo. Then, from there, magko-customize ka ng fitness program na hindi siya magmumukhang chore or inuutosan mo yung sarili mong gawin yon. Instead, para siyang normal na part lang ng routine mo. Next is yung preference and motivation. We also have to understand na there may be some training program na talagang yun na yung best tool para ma-achieve natin yung gusto nating goal for ourselves. Pero hindi naman ibig sabihin kailangan maging strict tayo sa mga sarili natin. For example, example, pagdating sa exercise preference, may mga exercises tayong ayaw nating gawin na isa sa mga nagiging dahilan ba't hindi tayo excited mag-workout. Pwede natin siyang palitan ng iba pang workouts na gusto natin gawin para ganado tayo mag-workout. So, dun maapektuhan yung motivation natin kasi pleasurable yung experience. So, magiging consistent tayo hanggang sa magkaroon tayo ng results. Third, overload. So, basically, ang overload na ibig sabihin is yung katawan mo is able to handle a stress more than sa kung ano yung normally na kaya niyang i-handle. So, gaya na sinabi ko kanina, yung katawan natin, pine-prepare tayo dun sa stress na na-experience natin para mas madali siyang gawin, mas madali siyang harapin. So, kailangan natin progressively mag-overload to develop improvements. Kailangan natin i-push yung katawan natin incrementally or gradually. Kasi kapag masyadong mabagal yung progression natin, baka wala talaga tayong makitang development. Pero kung aggressive yung overload natin, baka imbis na mag-improve tayo, ma-injured tayo, mag-withdraw tayo sa training. So, patay na yung consistency natin. So, overload means handling a stress na harder dun sa normally na kayang i-handle ng katawan. So, parang one level higher. Mas mahirap ng onte para mag-improve ka rin ng onte. Next is progressions. So, dito na pumapasok yung dahan-dahan mo binibigatan yung binubuhat mo hanggang sa mag-accumulate yung development. Then, after one instance, malalaman mo na ang layo na pala ng narating mo. Progressions shouldn't be done aggressively and drastically. Kapag aggressive tayo, instead na umayon yung katawan natin dun sa progression na yon, nagpa-fight back yung katawan natin. Nagsi-survival mode siya kasi imbis na nakikita niya na tinutulak natin ito for improvement, is dinedisrupt na ng approach mo yung tinatawag natin na homeostasis or yung state ng pagiging steady at balance ng katawan natin. We have to remember guys na yung katawan natin, ang main role niya ay ma-maintain yung steadiness nung state niya. Yun ay isang survival mechanism ng katawan natin. Pine-prepare tayong iharapin yung stress na yun para magmukhang easy or normal lang sa atin yung stress na yun. Maintaining homeostasis. Next is adaptation. I personally believe na isa sa mga best feature ng katawan natin is yung adaptability. Meaning is yung kaya ng katawan natin mag-adapt din sa environment, sa stress, sa training na ginagawa natin to maintain again homeostasis. Kaya siguro among the species dito sa mundo, isa sa mga matagal nang naninirahan dito sa Earth ay humans. Kasi yung adaptability natin is malakas, subok na ng panahon, kaya nga hanggang ngayon nabubuhay pa rin tayo. So babalik tayo dun sa specificity. Kailangan specific yung gagawin mong training doon sa desired outcome so that you can get the specific adaptation. Hindi naman pwede mag-asam kang lumakas yung endurance mo ng sobrang taas. Nakaka-weight training or powerlifting lang yung ginagawa mo. So kailangan mo i-align yung tools, yung methods mo doon sa goal na gusto mong ma-achieve. Para yung adaptability umayon doon sa gusto mong ma-transform na aspect ng fitness mo. Next is reversibility. Isa sa mga nagpapalungkot ng mga tao is yung kapag nawala na yung training progress nila dahil natigil sila at di na sila nakapag-workout consistently. Yung principle of reversibility, ang ibig sabihin nito is kung nawawala na yung dahilan para mag-improve, bababa yung fitness level din natin. So kung tumigil ka na sa pagbubuhat, i-expect mo na hihina ka magbuhat. Hindi dahil may masama na nangyayari sa katawan mo. Well, basically, wala namang dahilan yung muscle mo na lumakas or lumaki kasi wala ka namang ginagawa to stimulate ito. So this is not a bad thing. It's basically a normal body response. And lastly, recovery. Lahat ng gusto natin mangyari from training consistently ay nangyayari during recovery. Training is just our stimulating tool, pero may hirapan tayo mag-benefit sa training natin kung hindi natin binavalue din yung recovery. Although, kailangan natin mag-work hard enough during training, but at the same time, dapat equal yung treatment natin sa recovery. Kasi yan na lang yung way ng katawan natin to maintain and develop resistance para harapin yung mga challenges natin sa training at successfully natin ma-overcome ito. Kaya ako personally don't believe anymore sa no pain, no gain. Kasi kung no pain or no gain, gaya na sinabi ni Sir Wisdom sa podcast nila ni Coach Chappie Calianta, kung pain na pinag-uusapan, magpasagasa ka na lang. But what I'm trying to say here is, hindi counterproductive magpahinga. Kahit hindi natin pag-usapan yung fitness ngayon, pag-usapan natin yung trabaho mo, mas magiging efficient ka sa trabaho mo ngayon kung nakakakuha ka ng pahinga. Kaya nga tayo may leaves eh. We have to understand or remember na we are resting so that we can do much. At mas mataas yung threshold or yung kaya mo ma-achieve na improvement kasi kaya mo mag-all. So that's principle of recovery. So you have to remember these 7 principles para maging successful ka sa fitness journey mo. Hindi mo pwedeng ma-defy ito kasi proven na to ng science And this is the only way for you to effectively create your training program na almost 100% dadaling ka dun sa gusto mong ma-achieve na fitness goal. So that's the 7 principles of training. So alin dito yung pinaka-favorite principle mo? At alin naman dito yung hindi mo nagagawang principle na ngayon mo lang nalaman after watching this video? So share it sa comment section. So that's for my first fitness educational vlog dito sa YouTube. Again, kung hindi ka pa nagsasubscribe dito, I want you to hit that subscribe button and bell button para isa ka sa mga mauunang manonotify kapag naglabas na ako ng mga valuable, insightful, and legitimate fitness content. So before I end this video, ipopromote ko lang itong Shape Active. Makikita nyo sila sa Instagram, stretchable siya, at saka may pagka-oversize siya in terms of hem length. So check their IG and check nyo kung yung mga trip nyong apparel sila doon. Promise, legit. So yun lang guys, tandaan lagi, choosing the wiser approach, you are choosing lifelong improvements. Peace guys.